So on the day before Tisha B'Av, the teaching of the Sfat Emet is about words. The use of words, especially the idea of healing words versus twisted, perverse, distorting words. So in the recovery group that I'm teaching, the name of my group is Hold the Line. Hold the Line. Now, why that? Yeshaya asked me if he could use that title because in my teachings here and at the academy where he and I met, I often go back and teach the core of my, what I call wisdom work or spiritual psychology, which is virtue practice. I think for many psychologists, it's troubling to hear the foundations of virtue practice. And the foundation of virtue practice are something like, at the beginning stages, ignore your feelings, don't talk about your feelings don't matter, hold the line. Hold the line. Now, feelings matter later. Feelings profoundly matter. But the problem with the primacy of feelings is people act on their feelings. And acting on your feelings when you are in a disturbed state, when you're angry, when you're depressed, when things are rolling inside of you, I know from my personal experience and counseling countless people, that acting on your feelings when you're in a bad place is a recipe for destruction. So the hold the line is a spiritual practice that says, it doesn't matter what I feel. What matters is the kind of person I want to be, and therefore I will simply hold the line. It's not easy to hold the line. We all have memories of when we didn't hold the line, and we all have embarrassment to shame of moments that we didn't. And we all know, we look back on our lives, or lives of other people, I wish I had held the line, or I wish that they had held the line. Holding the line is pretty clear. There's pretty clear things that you do and don't do. Okay? Now, I don't think the line is complicated. Right? So this is not a complex teaching. It's just a very difficult teaching, holding the line. So I'm trying to talk with these. They're all men. They're all young guys. I think the oldest is probably 50. Most are in their 20s and 30s. And as I've talked about this, one thing that's happened is I've gotten to know the guys, and the population changes here and there, is every single one of them has had a very difficult relationship with their fathers. I did not see this coming. But as we went around and each guy talked, each one had a terrible relationship with the father, oftentimes also the mother, and therefore with most male figures. Bosses, older brothers oftentimes, younger brothers, and also very unstable relationships with their romantic others. So very unstable romantic relationships and very difficult relationships with authority figures, could be men or women, but it seems to me as I listen to them, especially difficult relationships with fathers. And because of this, as I start to query them, and I talk about their interactions with police, with bosses, with parents, with the staff at the recovery center, and with each other, the guys don't know how to talk. They don't know how to talk, and they don't know how to think. So as I've pushed them, and I said, as they report a very disturbing conversation with a wife or a child or with a father or something, and they go through it, it's come universally, every single person in the room, that's when I medicate. I get off the phone, I walk away from the conversation, I'm so not heard, I'm so angry, I'm so upset that I medicate. So I realize with every one of them, not saying that's the only reason they medicate, but everyone have spoken about a sense of an impoverished spirit because the interpersonal world does not nourish them. And that's